Hello everyone, hope you're doing well today. Today we'll be going over measures of center and variation. So, what are measures of center and variation? Well, a measure of center is a value, which is a number, that can be used to help describe a set of data. A set of data here could be any set of numbers that are given to you. Measures of variation are values that are used to describe the spread of that data, so how those numbers are spread out. So, what are these types of measures of center and or variation? Well, there's a mean, there's the median, there's a mode, and there's a range. They may seem confusing, but as we go on, it's going to get easier. So, in order to help us go through this easily, let's go one by one so we can have an easier time learning. Okay, first off, the mean. So, the mean is one of the most common ones that you come across. I'm going to tell you this. You probably already know the mean, you just didn't know the name of it. So mean is also known as the average. So think of it like this. Math is mean to you. That's why they changed the term for average and called it mean. So that's going to help you memorize this. Math is mean, so they changed the word average to mean. So now let's go ahead and figure out how to find the mean. So mean is the sum of all terms. All terms here, terms just means numbers. And number of terms is number of numbers. So it's a sum of all of them, which is when you add up all the numbers. And then the number of terms is how many numbers are there. So that gives you the mean, or the average. Okay, let's take a look at this how we would use this in real life, because this kind of seems useless right now, right? Well, let's take a look here. Toby, he's playing soccer in his backyard, and he starts wondering how far he can kick the ball. So then he asks his dad to help him. His dad says, Toby, tells him he should kick the ball 9 times and record how far it goes every time. So now we have this data set here. The data set is the numbers of how far he kicked it. So the first time he kicked it 23 feet, then he kicked it 22 feet, then 25 feet, then 22 feet again. Then he kicked it 30 feet, then 29 feet again, 23 feet, 20 feet, and then 22 feet. Okay, so now we need to help Toby here, because Toby's having a hard time. Let's help him find the mean, because we know what that is, right? We have the equation, he doesn't. Okay, let's take a look at our equation here. So, mean is the sum of all terms. So, sum of all terms. So, to find the sum of all terms, we need to add them up, right? So I went ahead here, helped you add them up. 23, 22, 25, 22, 30, 29, 23, 20, and 22. That's all the terms over here. But they're now over here. So now we have to divide those sum of all terms by the number of terms. So, number of terms. How many times did he kick the ball? Well, it says it right here. 9 times. His dad told him to kick the ball 9 times. So now we just put that there. To save you all some math time, I went ahead and added them all together for you. So all the numbers up top over here is equal to 216, and 9 stay the same. So now we just divide this. 216 divided by 9. Now I'm not going to make you do this, but I'm just going to do it by myself and tell you that 216 divided by 9 is 24. So 24 feet is the mean of the data set, which means out of all these 9 times, the average distance he kicked the ball was 24 feet. Okay, now let's go over the median. So the median is a middle value or values of a data set. So what does that mean? It means it's the number that's in the middle. In order to find these median values, the data set has to be arranged in numerical order, which means it just has to be arranged from least to greatest. So for example, if we have this data set here which has 5, 1, 4, 7, 2, we're just going to go ahead and rearrange it to 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, so that 1, the smallest number, would be at the left side, and 7, the greatest number, would be at the right side. So what if there's no what if the data set has a number of values so that there's not a singular value in the middle? What if it had like 6? You know 6 doesn't have an exact middle, right? Well, then you would take the two middle terms and then add them together and then divide those two middle terms by 2. Okay, we have this data set here. 6 numbers, right? Has 1, 3, 5, 7, and 8, and 14. Oh good, look, it's already arranged in numerical order for us. So we don't have to go do that. So the two middle numbers here in red, 5 and 7. Let's go and add them together like they told us to. 5 plus 7 divided by 2. Okay, 5 plus 7 is 12, and then that's going to be divided by 2. Once again, I'm going to save you some time and do the division myself. So 12 divided by 2 would be 6. Okay, let's go back to Toby here. So now instead of wanting to find the mean, Toby wants to find the median now. So median. Let's find a trick to help us memorize the median. So we have roads, right? So every time you're on a road, there's always the middle part of the road. The middle part of the road is called the median. So it's the one that divides the road into two halves. Okay, now let's go ahead and tackle this. So he still has the same amount of data points. He still kicks the ball 9 times. He still has the same numbers over here. So now we need to find the median. So let's go ahead and rearrange these numbers over here so that they're in numerical order here. 20, the smallest number here, is on the left, and 30, the largest number, is here on the right. Let's find the middle one now, because remember, median's the one that's in the middle. So there's 9 numbers. So I think if we take the 4 over here and the 4 over here, you'll be left with 23 in the middle. So now median's the one that's in the middle, right here, and then 23 is the median of the data set, which means it's the number that's in the middle of all the values. Okay, now let's get to mode. Well, mode, it's probably the easiest one to remember, because mode, it's probably the easiest one to find as well. So mode is the most common data point in the set of data values, which means simply is it's which number appears the most. Okay, let's go back to Toby here and help him find the mode. So he's still the same amount of kicks, still the same amount of distance, and same distance and amount of distances. So I went ahead here and rearranged this to help us find the mode. So I went and counted how many times he kicks, how many times the distance, every time he kicks it, what's the distance that comes up and how many times it comes up. So I saw that 20 comes 1 time, 22 is there 3 times, 23 is there 2 times, 25 is there once, 29 is there once, and 30 is there once. So I can easily see that 22 is the mode here because it appears the most. Remember, mode is the one that appears the most. So I see 22 here 3 times. That just means 22 is the mode of set. Remember, it's easiest to find. Last one, range. So range is used to describe the spread of data points, which means it's a measure of variation. So the range is found by using the greatest and least values of the data. So it means the biggest number and the smallest number is all you need. So remember, range is going to be the greatest value minus the smallest value, which means big number minus small number. Okay, now let's go to an example. Back to Toby here. He's playing soccer in his backyard again. He kicks the ball 9 times, and now instead he wants to find the range of his kicking distance. Okay, so we have the same data. So let's go ahead and find let's go ahead and look at the equation again. It's going to be the greatest value minus the smallest value. Okay, so the greatest value is the biggest one here. 23, 22, 25, 20, 30, 29, 20, 23, 22. Oh look, 30 is the biggest value. Let's go and plug that in. Now let's find the smallest value. 23, 22, 25, 22, 30, 29, 23, 20. Oh look, 20 is the smallest number there. So we go in and plug that in. So 30 minus 20 is 10. So 10 feet is the range of the data set, which means that Toby is always kicking between those same 10 feet. All of his kicks land between 20 and 30 feet, which is a distance of 10 feet apart. So that's all that we have for today, and I hope you guys have a great day.